to another episode of F650. What are we going to get into this week? Well, I have made another addition. Let me clear this out. I'll show you. So here we are at the workbench, and well, some people helped me out. We're trying to find the right stuff for this truck. So here's my workbench of not go fast parts, but go faster parts. New turbski, whatever you want to call it. I don't like that word turbski. It's just being overly used. Now, I don't remember exactly. I'd have to go back and look at exactly what we ordered, but I think it's like a 626414 SX300 turbo from Smudding Diesel. Those guys over there helped me out a ton. Some more go fast parts, or go faster parts. You know, everybody's got to have a cool Smudding Diesel bottle opener. Thanks, guys. We got some new tips for the injectors from Dynamite Diesel. Right there. These are just 50 horse tips. But, you know, hey, every little bit counts. We're not looking to set the world on fire, guys. We're just looking to try to get the trailer to go faster down the road. All the other stuff, I mean, there's O-rings and trash and, you know, grid heater delete, more go fast hoses, ends, more hose ends. And down in here is the new exhaust manifold. And then next week, sometime, the tuner will be here. So we're going to do some time lapse, some other stuff. I got some guys coming in. One of my guys that works for me is coming in tomorrow to help me on Saturday. My really good friend Mike is coming over to hang out with us and to try and see if we can't get into some shenanigans while he's here. So you might catch him on camera. I don't know if he's, you know, shameful or not shameful, but shy, let's say. JMD, thank you JMD for all the stainless, which they didn't sponsor it, but they do all of our stainless parts. So anything stainless that we use tubing wise all comes from JMD, and they have some beautiful stuff. Really round, all the way through the bends, you know, all that stuff. So you'll get to see that throughout this video. So here we go. Well, that wasn't too awful bad. We got the charge tube out of the way, intake horn. Got disconnected from the EGR. Got rid of the cables for the grid heater, which we're going to get rid of. Yeah, you guys are going to tell me, well, you know, you probably would want that, seeing that, you know, you're in a colder climate. Well, the problem of it is I plugged this truck in and my other trucks in at 40 degrees. So if it's going to see 40 degrees, both of my trucks are plugged in. So, you know, it doesn't matter if I'm here or if I'm somewhere else, they get plugged in. So it is what it is. Maybe one day I'll change my mind, but we won't get rid of it, keep it. We'll just keep it in a box, so that way we can go get it later. So on to the other side. Maybe we can get the other side apart now. Josh said that this is low truck problems. After 45 minutes of fighting the bumper, we found out the reason why we couldn't get it off. The bent. Still the bent. I gotta figure out where this is gonna go. It went over here on the doohickey, but I don't know. We're leaking again. Getting steamy. I honestly would love to try to figure out how to get this sumbitch out from on top of the damn valve cover. But like this was caught between the AC lines and the back of the
I could route it.
AC.
Come right around through here, probably.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. Even if I had to take it over the air horn,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have an issue with that.
Bring it right around through here. We make something to.
Well, it had that bolt that you found. There's because that EGR tube was right there. So, all right. On to more shenanigans. And you wonder why diesel mechanics are generally not happy. Because of stupid stuff like this. I guarantee you, this one will come loose, but this one up here won't. See if I can do it holding the camera. Somebody told me to take the AC out. But it's so cold. I don't want to move it. I don't want to change it. Oh, look, I did it. Woo! All right, let's get going. So, back V-band's done. Bottom V-band's done. Exhaust V-band's not. Connections are out. Alt's off. Got a leak. Don't know why I got a leak there, but we're gonna watch it. Because to me, it looks like it's coolant. The coolant housing. I don't know why there'd be oil there unless there's one of these ports that got oil in them. But we'll find out. I'll ask somebody who knows. But let's keep digging, y'all. Hey, did you get that off there yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that. Time to put more go fast parts in. Go faster parts. And Mike's taking off this turd of a turbo. All right, guys.
Should I pull my pants out and show my crack?
You could.
I mean, if we post it up on OnlyFans, I mean, I'm all about the money. I mean, shit.
My videographer's working on stuff, and I'm playing the videographer today.
Who's the videographer?
This guy right here.
Oh, what I'm saying, I am not. That is not me at all.
Thanks to Mike, he got that thing out.
I'll get a finger the hole. Oh, yeah.
Oh! Oh, who's your daddy?
He's sitting there videoing a hot dog just comes in frame.
That thing's heavy. Mike threw his back out getting it out.
I get it.
And he's sweating, always.
I don't know why they have to put all this bullshit on this thing.
Well, we're getting rid of that bullshit.
Yeah, I know. But
We're bullshit deleting it.
I mean, like, you look at like a 6.0, I mean, they don't have all this garbage mounted in a fucking turbo like that.
No.
Here's my hog nose.
They don't get as big, right?
It's a no rope. Look.
No, bro.
All this stuff, guys, will be for sale sometime
Let me go to
soon.
the store real quick, and then I'll be back, and then
Except the used. Except the used.
and then
I can give you those. I wouldn't even charge anybody for those because, like, this one only comes partially good. All right, so here we go. So this is kind of a deal that we kind of ran into. So this bolt is the easiest. The bolts that they sent me for back here weren't long enough, and the hole was a pass-through, so we had to put a nut on the outside. Not sure if that was the way it's supposed to be. This one, we had to do a little bit of drill bit machining to get it to get in there. Plus, not to mention, you can see right here, maybe, the flange on the bolt we ground off to get into the housing. So, Loctited. I believe that's why they sent it to me. Plus this bolt over here. Those are M10 by 35 millimeter, I believe. And then we put lock washers and also Loctite on those. So that's kind of the biggest thing that we ran into on this deal so far. So now we're going to set it in as one piece. Not sure if that's how we're supposed to do it or not, but that's what we're going to try. So Mike's over putting studs in. Josh is going out to smoke because he just put the injectors back in and the rockers and the rocker shafts. So far, so good right now. So those are all back in and together. And Mike's flopping around with some hose. So, oh, don't you bend that.
I'm not. It's over.
Okay, all right. I'm just
Not to
saying.
do that.
So, yeah. So, yeah, well, you know, it's that one time.
It's like, what's that hissing?
It's that one time in band camp. Hey, we got to take that hose off and so we can machine that pipe plug down over there. 'Cause I don't want to put a cap on it.
I thought we were just going to start getting it.
Oh, can't get zip tie it. You're right. And this is why the engine bay is not done. And yes, that is my wiring. And Mike actually 3D printed me a whole bunch of stuff for that, so we can mount a bunch of this and my relays in a box that is still sitting in my box of parts that I need to do. We're not going to talk about that though, are we?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like what, 8 months ago?
Yeah.
Yeah. God bless Mike and his 3D printer.
Yeah, it's doing good.
All right.
Good thing it's not biodegradable, right?
Yeah, well, it's not seen the sun yet.
That's ABS, so it should do good.
Yay. Okay. Back to this. I don't remember what I was doing. Oh, I was going to take the drain off. So we'll take the drain off because we're going to try it with a stock drain. And then hopefully it works with a stock drain. So we'll let you know.
Make it up when you did record last time.
Right? So there's one of the plugs. I think there's another plug. Hey, what about that one that's on the back of the head, bro?
Huh?
The other line that's on the back of the head.
Haven't got that one off yet.
Oh, so we'll have to modify that line. That line that goes back to the back of the head, we'll have to modify that one too. But this one, that one we modified obviously. And then this one here, we're gonna modify. That came out of it. So I'm gonna go machine that, weld that up, clean that up, get ready to put it back in there. Yeah. So, yeah. So these are all square cut threads and they're all coolant fittings. We're going to turn them down on the lathe and weld them up so that way we can make plugs out of them because we don't have time to wait. And nobody said in my endeavors that I would need to have these as plugs. So we're going to make our own plugs. Off to the lathe. Dun, 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 dun. All right, yeah, so
You have to edit
make
that
plugs.
out.
I didn't edit nothing. Yeah. Good job, Mike. You did a great job. Those look
Yeah.
professional.
I don't even remember welding them.
Well, it's because you were asleep. All right, so we're going to update these tips. We're going to do a 50 horsepower tip on these injectors, Dynamite diesel tips. So I will show you exactly what we're doing. Some of you guys out there may already know, and I don't know. But, hey, why not? And again, non-professional doing professional shit in an amateur professional shop. He's making footprints all over the shop. Oh, look, he's got injectors in. He's such a good boy. Mikey. Upper right hand drawer of my toolbox. There's thread tape. Goop is over in the So, are any of these lines up here oil lines that we're going to need on top of the tire?
The one, I think, how many lines are up there?
3.
Two, or one. You know.
I'll take the one off. I know that you're not going to need it. Well, after totally remodifying a bunch of little bracketry for the air horn over there, Mike got the turbo and exhaust manifold on 100%. Just made the return line. And so I think we're going to go back together, other than, you know, that stud that was broken off earlier today. We're not going to mention any names, Josh. But, yep, it's time to go back together. We're going to be doing smoky burnouts tomorrow. Well, let's look at this. Just look at it, would you? This side's back together. Like the guys say, look, it's got room for activities. Looks a lot different without all the crap on there. Hence that crap right there. By the way, public service announcement, all of this is for sale. So that way I can help offset the cost of this major upgrade. So, you know, text a homie. Well, as you can see by my side window, it's Sunday morning, can't you tell? And yesterday we did most of the install on my truck, and we had a little bit of an issue with one of the studs on top of the injectors. These injectors were installed by another company when I first got the truck, and one of the studs broke, holding the electrical connector to the injector. So there's enough there to get an actual nut on. The problem of it is that there's not enough to get the electrical connector and a nut on it. So instead of me trying to go and get another injector, which we could do tomorrow, I'm actually on my way to pick up a metric tap set and a couple other little fittings in Knoxville, so that way I can machine a stud that will raise, basically a stud extension. I've done this before on several other, like, you know, fuel pumps and stuff like that. Worked fine. I just didn't have a metric tap to do it. So we're going to go to get a metric tap and a couple more fittings for the truck, and come back to the shop and get on the lathe and machine out some connector extensions. And I'm gonna make a few of them just so that way we have a couple extra in stock. so I don't have to rush and go get something else. If all the rest of the stud or all the rest of the injectors are in and all hooked up and everything. And if you looked on the bottom of the stud, the actual stud had been broken for a while, and just very little of it was a clean break. So it wasn't Josh's fault by no means. Wasn't our fault. It's just something that happened. So we're going to correct it, and if I feel like this extension isn't going to work, I know it's in the valley or the valve area. We'll get another injector. So take care of that, and we're also going to pick up some engine break-in lube because we're going to pack this turbo full of engine break-in lube and get it to run out the drain, because I didn't get any startup instructions on this turbo from Smetting, and I did send an email this morning. Obviously they're not going to respond today, seeing that it's Sunday, but as of tomorrow, I'm assuming we'll get a response tomorrow. I'm going to pack it full of pre-lube and make sure that we don't have any issues with drains and so on and so forth. So I'm assuming that that's what they're going to want us to do. I'm not going to start the truck today. I've still got exhaust to do, and put the intake tube and the intake plenum and all that stuff on. The old one that we modified, as you've seen in the previous part. So get all that stuff put on, get the exhaust all built. We're not gonna fire it today. I will try to see if we can get fuel to the rails, make sure all the fuel lines and all that stuff are leak free, and go from there. So we may end up having to push it out tomorrow because I do have clients' vehicles coming in tomorrow, but we'll see. We'll just play it by ear. I've got some other work in the shop that I got to do tomorrow that I really need to get done so I can get another one out. So I mean, it may sit inside. I don't know. I just don't know. It's more likely going to sit inside tomorrow, until we hear back from Smetting. But I don't want to void any warranties. I don't want to do anything, and all this stuff is going to be recorded for you guys, and because this is a big deal to me, man. I mean, this is a truck that I drive out of state, once, twice a month on personal stuff, and I can't have this truck go down. So I'm trying to use quality parts, and I don't want to have anything go wrong or steer you guys in the wrong way. So long rant short, let's go get some parts, tools, and some parts, and get back to the shop. We'll record some more. Did want to talk about this. This here was in the original intake manifold, and the choke horn. There's no choke horn. So it was set in the manifold like this. EGR came in this side. So I'm assuming that this whole deal was just to scavenge the exhaust gases. So this slides right out. So guess what? Deleted again with some other stuff. I'm gonna put it in the pile of shit that we don't need where we're going. So again, there we go. I'm gonna put all that stuff in a box so that way you guys can see what we got for sale. It's off. Pouring oil in. Pouring the oil in just to start to pre-lube it. I'm gonna put 4 ounces, and you can see, put 4 ounces in it of assembly lube. You can see we've got oil coming out of the drain. I think. Yeah. And off the top, but you can see it's coming out of the drain. Put a little bit more in it. Put a little bit more in it, and then I'll put some assembly lube in it. No play in the shaft. Not sure that this helps any, but I mean, if it's got to roll through the oil, get oil in it, which it would do on startup. Can't hurt here. We're gonna hook it up now, and then we're gonna actually take the fuel pump, disconnect the relay, so that way I can make sure that we're getting oil to it. So, and you can still see that there's oil still left in the funnel. So we're gonna let it sit. Still left there. I'm just gonna let it sit and marry a little bit, and while I do some other stuff, and just let it soak down in there. See what we can get. Well, took all that oil, so, and I'd say it's down in the drain tube. I got it back on, and got it put back in the block. So this is what we're gonna hit it with. I'm gonna put the funnel back in. So I don't know what, I don't know how much better we could get. This is what we use when we build engines and stuff. So used to pre-lube bearings, cams, lifters, valve train, prevents seizing, galling, and scuffing. Compatible with all oils. Super slicky and tacky, easy to use. Always disposed of properly. Lucas Oil Products. So, brand new. Look at this. I'll even show you. See? Brand new. Never been opened. So, all right. Let's do it. There ain't nothing but to do it. I'll put you on the stand. All right. So, let's see if we can see the top of the funnel. Top of the funnel. Right there. Down the hatch. I really don't need to lose a turbo. I wanted to take this minute to tell you guys thank you for watching and subscribing and watching me do my junk. I promise we're going to get back into metal shaping here shortly because, well, that's what we're going to start focusing on. The 650 here is my personal truck, and trying to learn my way of doing some filming and so on and so forth. So check in here in just a second. So we got roughly about 2 fluid ounces in there. It's super tacky. You can see I pulled I'd say probably 1.5 ounces got to it, got down in it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the oil sender back on it, the fitting and the oil line, and then that way the oil pressure from the motor will push the heavier stuff into the turbo. Also, it's already been lubed with motor oil, so I can't say that we won't have the darn thing pre-lubed. I've leaked more on the damn turbo than anything, looks like. So it's been sitting there close to 5 or 10 minutes now. You can see that the lube, the assembly lube, isn't going down. So we're going to, now remember, we've already had oil in it. And you can see the oil actually came up to the top. And she's tight. Now, let's get this back on there. I know, I'm using the Mexican fit all. All right. Look at there. Would you just look at it? Now, I'm going to hit it with brake clean to get the oil off of it. If I can get the can in there. That just tells you how thick that stuff is. Should not be any problem with breaking, having it breaking in right. And that's kind of what I'm trying to get away from. I've seen some disturbing comments about smedding. And I have to say, I mean, so far I have not had any issues with anything that they've done. They've told me the truth. They're working with me. You know, they're just, they're really nice on the damn phone, you know, and email and whatnot. So I don't have anything bad to say about them. I've seen some good reviews from some bigger shops than mine, and they do a lot more diesel work, because I don't really do diesel work. I just do it on my own truck. And this is for references only, not for, you know, just to show you guys what I go through. So yeah, well, I guess it's time to. Not gonna put the air intake on yet either. So, well, it's that time to do exhaust. So, I've already done some looking at exhaust or bins and stuff like that, and I called called my guys over at JMD Tubes, and if you want to check them out, jmdtubes.com, and we see them every year at PRI. They do some great. I mean, their bins are just remarkable. They're round, and I'll show you. But I had them send me an 8-foot stick, a 4-inch, two 90s, tight 90s, and a 45. It was pricey. Not pricey bad, but I mean, I just generally don't spend that kind of money on exhaust. But they did what they could for me, and they're just great people. So let's turn this around and let's look at it. So there's the 4-inch 8-footer. Now, once you look at these 90s, see how round they are? They're that way all the way through the bend. You've probably seen them on my channel before, but it's when you go in to cut into this bend and you try to take this side and made it to a flat side, and it's an oval, or it's a football, or a triangle, or a square. I mean, it just doesn't work. It looks like shit. That's what these guys don't want. So that's what they do. Now, obviously, it got boogered in shipping, which happens, man. That's what happens. Hey, look, it's almost square. We'll fix that. I ain't worried about that. I think 8 foot's going to be long enough for what I need. If not, we'll order some more. But at least we'll have exhaust on the truck to move it around and do the tune and whatnot. And so, onward and upward, we're going to cut some metal. All right, so I think we're at the point now where I've got to wait for help for the exhaust. So that'll be tomorrow. There's the top. We're going to go ahead and cut the fuel pump on and check for leaks. So here we go. Fuel pump's rating 50. 60. Let's Let's go out here and look, make sure we don't have any leaks. Still hear it rolling. Hear anything? Don't see anything. And disconnect the fuel pump. That's disconnected. I guess we'll try to start it. Try to turn it over. Verify 0 fuel pressure. Alright, well that's a little odd. Well, I kind of feel stupid. Is there anything wrong with this picture? Yep. Just tells you I'm tired. And it works right now. Let's try it again now. Zero fuel pressure. Now. Ooh. Well, it started. Not sure why it started. Seeing that fuel pump ain't pumping anything unless. Oh. Yeah. High pressure fuel pump. Oil pressure, and it's running. Huh, hang on. Guess that means it's not hydrolocked, huh? Plug the fuel pump back in. The lift pump, that is. You know, used to running diesel, not diesels, but gas trucks, and disconnect the fuel so that way it don't run. But I forgot about the damn lift pump. Or not lift pump, but the high pressure pump. So let's try it again, see if it runs any better. Well, you know, I was on vacation for my 20th anniversary when I got a message from my editor, Colin, saying, you know, buddy, we really don't have an outro for this video. So this is several weeks later after this video has been filmed. And but needless to say is we flew back in from vacation on today's Saturday, day before yesterday, and started lining stuff out for the shop, and thought, you know what, I've got to do some cleaning around here. So we got the old lawnmower out with the forks on it, and I'm gonna clean that. But while I was getting loaded up and stuff on the tractor, lawnmower, thought, well, we still got to do that outro. So here we are. F22,000, I think, is what my friends keep calling it, or it goes up every time. But so 650, it's got the Smedding turbo on it. It's got their exhaust manifold. It's got a tune on it. We went through some tuning issues. Actually, it was nothing real. I thought it was going to be a humongous problem, but it wasn't. Just a couple things. The tuner didn't turn off, and it was making it run really funky. Cue the video. So as you can see there, it was not running very well. It actually sounded like some big block on 114 octane ready to go down the drag strip. But so needless to say, truck is tuned. They did a very light tune on it to see what I like. We also did not do the 50 horsepower injectors on this truck because we thought the injectors were giving us an issue. But we are actually going to go ahead and do the 50 horse tips. I've got a rebuild kit coming in to redo another set of injectors. So I'm going to rebuild a set of Cummins injectors, 24 valve injectors, and put the 50 horse tips on it. So we're going to do that. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not very impressed. The benefit to what we have right now is the fact that from 60 to 80, man, 10 times better than what it was. 0 to 50, not good at all. The smaller variable vane, which I already knew this, is going to give you more low end because it was smaller. But then you lose it on the top end. And this being a city truck, what used to be in a city truck, that had that issue. They wanted more low end than they wanted top end. So now we're vice versa this, and that's the reason why I want to do the 50 horse tips. We do not black smoke. The tune does not have that. The tuner also said that we could come back in and revisit this after I've pulled my big trailer, which it's been 2 weeks ish since we've done the tune and the work on it, or maybe just a week. I've put maybe 100 miles on this thing so far since I've been back, and after I've left and come back, and I'm just not thoroughly impressed. She's different. She does drive different, but I think we can do better. I know we can do it better. So again, rebuild these new injectors. We're going to put them in there now. Again, I have no way of syncing these injectors. I don't have the tooling. I don't have any of that stuff. But what I can do is I can build them here, and I can send them and have them calibrated. And I did buy the calibration kit that I can send with the injectors. So when you get those high-end $3,000-$4,000 injectors, those are all calibrated to like 1 or 2% of what each one of them are. And whereas I can't do that. I'm just going to rebuild them so I don't have to pay the $3,000. It's $45 or $65 to have them calibrated, which is not a big deal to me. So 6 of them at, say, $45. Hell, 6 of them at $50, it's $300. You have them calibrated? Yeah, why not? Take my money. So we're going to do that. We're going to build this, and we're going to build the injectors, change the tips, and send them to have them calibrated. And then once those come back from calibration, we're going to stick those in there and see what she does. I got a bunch of trips coming. I got a bunch of shows to go to, and so I don't have much time. We're going to try to redo the frame rails right here and try to get the 4-link on it. Don't know if that's going to happen, but we're going to try like hell. So guys, thank you for watching. Hopefully the profanity that me and my colleagues have been bleeped out and didn't offend much of you. And please let us know if you like it. Subscribe and hit the bell. And I will see you on the next one.